Good morning, boys and girls, moms and dads, everybody in viewer land. Thanks for tuning in today. We're going to talk about the Champion dual fuel, and we always say it's a dual fuel, and we always seem to be running it on gasoline. So today we're going to run it on propane. I have the propane tank out, but in an emergency, if my Generac failed to start, I would just simply go in my garage and I would grab this handy dandy milk crate. Milk crate has all these items in it, including the fuel line for the propane. So if you take a look, I take everything out when I get it to where I have to be, but I have some rags for wiping up gasoline spills. I have a funnel for putting gasoline in it. I have a wrench for tightening my fuel line here when you put it on, and you hand tighten that one on the tank. So I'm not searching all over for a wrench because I already have it. I have my chains and a lock for locking up my generator because you don't want people stealing your equipment. So you could hook it up to the chains to the porch, to a picnic table, or I could even pull my truck by it and hook it up to the back of the truck. So I keep everything handy like this, but I've already got the fuel line hooked up, as you can see. But even the crate has a purpose. I like to keep the crate for holding my gas bottle so it stays upright, because you don't want that laying down. So everything has a purpose. The crate keeps it all together, all the equipment, all the connections for the house, for the extension cord there, and it holds up my tank. There's a little trick we're going to do. You don't turn that on. You open up your fuel on your generator, and you'll notice that this doesn't open now. Now it will with that off, but the petcock on your fuel is off. That's open. Then you slowly open your fuel tank if you want to get me opening the fuel tank here. So you don't open this fast. It doesn't say it anywhere in a manual or anything, but you just take your time and you open it slowly, because the internal regulator on the generator, if it gets a sudden surge of gas, it'll lock up and it'll stutter and not run right for you. So open your gas slowly, and now you turn on your power for the electric start. Only go to a half choke. It takes a little bit because you have some air in the line. So this time it'll start. Now it's running for us, but it's important that you open the fuel valve on your tank slowly. You have it in a crate or something to keep it upright. And as you saw, the first start, it didn't start right away because there's air in the line. So you have to let that air purge out, and it does fairly quickly. So we're going to let it run just for a minute, and then I'm going to put the shop back on it for a draw. You want to have a draw on a generator. Now, if you notice, the generator's not on its board today because I don't have to run the carburetor dry. I put that on there on the weekly runs, the board, just so that it'll drain dry. But in an emergency, you're not going to put it on the board because you're going to fill the tank, or you're going to run it on LP. And if you're running it on LP, that's the way to do it during an emergency if you can. You get a little less power, as we saw in our previous videos. You get 6750 running on LP, as you saw in the generator, and 7500 with gasoline, because gasoline burns more efficient. So I would run it on propane, because if I want to shut it off, I just turn the bottle off, and then it shuts off. Then there's no cleanup. I don't have to drain gasoline tanks. So in an emergency, if I can, I'll run it on propane. I keep plenty of propane on hand, and then cleanup is easy. So we're going to plug it in. shop back going. A little draw on it for a little bit here. Our propane bottle set. I would have it locked up to the port. And once again, you want to have working CO detectors and smoke alarms in your house, battery backup, and you want to make sure that the exhaust on the generator is aimed away from any buildings, and it's not anywhere near open windows or doors. So you're going to have to close the windows and doors when the generator is running on that side of the building or near it, because you don't want to get CO in a house. Okay, I shut that off. Now you want to let a generator run for a minute or so after you shut any kind of draw off. Let it cool down. And now we're going to shut it off. Unlike the gasoline where we shut the petcock off and you let it stutter and sputter or run out of fuel after an emergency, what's nice about the dual fuel running it on the propane is you just shut the valve. So let's shut the valve and watch what happens. Shut it slow, just take your time. Shut your power off. And that's it. The Generac just started, so let's go over there. You can see we have a green light on our Generac today, showing everything checked out since its last run. So today's run is checked out, self-diagnostic, and it's green. So the green light means everything's good. Flashing green means it's producing power and it's actually running the house and the garage. Yellow is pre-programmed maintenance. Red is a fault with the generator, and you open the top and it'll show you what the fault is. And we've already done that on some of our other videos. The bathroom window is closed here, as you can see, so we don't have any CO going in the house. It's 5 feet away from the window, and this is really nice. It's all automatic. You don't have to do nothing. You sit in the house, you lose power, and you realize that you lost power by this one coming on. When it comes on and it runs everything, all automatic. You don't have to do anything other than enjoy it. It's in its own enclosure with its natural gas fuel. This is a 24 kW, but propane burns more efficiently than natural gas. So on propane it'd be giving me 24 kW. But on natural gas, it's about 21 kW. But that's why it's important you have a Generac representative come to your home and give you a walk around. They come out with their little iPad and they determine what you're going to run. So let them tell you what size you need, tell them what you want to power up, and they'll give you a good estimate and how to do it. So other than that, be prepared. Have a good day. Sayonara.